Recording in progress.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting any audio.
How about now? Can you hear us now?
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for letting us know. Yes. That's what happens when Ariel's not here. You know? Go to hell in a handbag. Okay, we get roll call, Mr. Administrator. It's your honor.
Mayor Phillips.
Present.
Councilmember Simpson.
Here.
Councilmember Phelps is out. Councilmember Murray's not here yet. Councilmember Reddy.
Here.
Councilmember Coleman.
Here. Okay, so we do have a forum. Thank you, council, for being here. First order of business is public comment. Give anybody 2 to 3 minutes to talk about anything you'd like to ask or talk about to the city council. If you're on a Zoom, if you raise your hand, we'll identify you if you're in here. If you just raise your hand so we know. We'd like you, if you're in here, come up to the podium, state your name, and then you can give us what you'd like to talk about. Normally, we don't answer questions, but if there's anything we need to take under advisement, the staff will take it under advisement and get back to you. So with that said, yes, ma'am, come right on up.
I'm Martha Donaldson, and I live on the boulevard, and I read the article recently about the chip sealing that was going to happen, which I wanted to email all of you a little note about my concerns about it. We ride bikes, and we ride down in Seaview, and that's a mess. We have to change our route because we can't ride on that chip seal down there. So of course my concern went like this. Thank you, Sue called me back, Brian called me back from the city, and we did take a tour on 13th, and I agree that that's right. So just let you know, I appreciate that call and follow up. And so we're not looking forward to it happening. It needs to happen. And then the other thing, since you're both here together in the same room, I come to you about 6 or 7, 8 months ago about the lock boxes on the houses that they have up in Ocean Park for those of us that are seniors. My neighbor across the street passed away, and police would not go in, and we ended up having to call relatives and drill out. And if she would have been down and alive, that would have just wasted time. So any update, I'd appreciate.
We have lock boxes. Yeah, we worked with the only locksmith who was interested at the time was Steve Lenhart, a big commercial, Long Beach Commercial Security.
I think very few of us know about it. It'd be nice to have an article in the paper and yes, appreciate that.
Yeah, he's very reasonably priced. And it won't let the police in, but it will allow fire and aid.
So police can't go, so we just need to call fire?
Yeah, we legally, it's.
Yeah, you explained it to me. I got it. So fire can go in. Okay, great.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Long Beach Commercial Security.
If we heard somebody in distress, we could force the issue. That's the only way.
Yeah, at our age.
Yeah.
We're not very, well, hopefully not at my age, but soon I would imagine it could be an issue. So.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah, I hope not too.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for your comments. Art?
Yeah, Mark Gregg from Long Beach, and I don't mean to be a stereo or contentious, but I appreciate the opportunity to speak in front of you all, and have a happy 4th.
Thank you so much.
Gotcha.
Guys,
I knew you'd do something like that. That's just your regular self. Okay, anyone else for public comment? Okay, seeing none, I will close public comment. Council, first order of business is the consent agenda in tab A, and I look for a motion to approve the consent agenda and pay the bills.
I'll motion.
No, second.
Okay, I have first and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Unanimous decision to approve the consent agenda in tab A. Thank you, council. Appreciate it. Next order of business is tab B, which is AB 2332, vacation 2023-01, northern portion of 19th Street Southeast. And at this time, I will open public hearing to the public for any comments with regards to that. Hearing none, then our city administrator will be presenting and
Thank you. As you've probably seen the timeline of the agenda bill, there's a process that we go through, and this is the public hearing process. As of this date, according to Ariel, we haven't heard back from any adjoining property owners. We did get numbers, all that's in the packet, and if you guys feel that that's something you want to do, then the next step would be to draft the ordinance and look to adopt it at the next meeting in July. And I know I think some of you are probably new to the process, but the city, the way it works, the city has the right of way. You have the right to put utilities in, do transportation, those kind of things. You don't have to outright own the land. And so that's where that 50% limit on the boundary of what you can charge. In some cases, like when we were doing the low-income housing, the city waived that 50%. But for pretty much every single other one, we charge percent. And we looked at it as the report says, utilities are in the way. There's really no issue with it. We're not going to get 50-foot road there ever for that. So yeah, it's really in the ballpark. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So it's just gonna go down just like the one on 4th Street on the corner there. You bought the right away.
Yeah. Right.
Steve.
Yeah, I went down and looked at it. I can't see any problem, and I trust staff to have evaluated it. So
yeah.
I would make a motion to approve AB 2332.
Second.
Awesome. Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll prepare
Yeah.
the ordinance.
Yeah.
And then we'll actually get the vote on that. I don't think
Yeah.
we need to do it. We just
We don't need it.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Just a consent.
Okay, thank you, council. Next order of business is AB 2333, resolution 2023-06 capital facility plan. And again, it's the public hearing, and I will open the public hearing at this time with regards to the capital facility plan. And that's in your tab C, the council, and anyone who picked up a packet or looked at it online, it'll be tab C. Pardon?
For the packet up.
Here's the packet out.
Yeah, we
Got that one, but you can borrow mine section.
There.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, hearing no public comment at this time, I'll close it, and our Public Works Director, Brian, will be presenting.
So the plan that's in front of you, that's an annual revision, worked with Mayor Phillips and the administrator to update that document. The main big piece is the update you probably see on the first page there. We've added a couple parks projects, facilities projects. Other than that, the rest of the document, I added a section for fire. There's actually a couple fire projects, one we actually already accomplished, but I wanted to make a record of it. And the rest of the document, for the most part, was 2029 edition. So without going line by line, I don't think we need to do that, but I think you've had a chance to review it.
Yeah.
You saw last year's copy. Again, this year was just an adjustment to the document. So with that said, we're seeking as our recommended action to approve resolution 2023-06 establishing the capital facilities plan for the city. If you have any questions, then you'll be happy to answer them.
like everything we touch and hold. But no Ariel here to ask if we ever got signed documents from state parks.
No,
That's
we have
becoming-
we have not gotten signed from the state park. We have our state senator Wilson working on it right now. Allegedly, they're in the process of getting it done, but again, dragging their feet after 3 months, and so I got tired of it, so I called the state legislator, and so he's already contacted the state parks.
I think all they needed to do was add a 0 to the previous contract, right, to make it like
Yeah, we're
70
we're so
years.
close.
Yeah.
we're close.
Jeez. Anyway, this looks good to me.
All right. Thanks. Brian. Thanks, Brian. Oh. Well,
So I look for a motion.
I'll motion to approve 2333.
Second that?
Okay, I have a first and second. Any further discussion, council? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Thank you. Unanimous decision to approve AB 2333, the capital facilities plan. In tab C. Thank you, council. Next order of business, AB 2334, Gray Osborne contract for on-call engineering in tab D, and our city administrator will be presenting.
It says the agenda bill is written, we have 3 firms that put in a statement of qualifications, and of those, 2 did not meet all of the requirements that are set forth. They were good at geology, but they didn't do general engineering, or there was a place that they were lacking. Gray and Osborne was the only one that checked all the boxes. And so, being that's the case, we're recommending that we continue and allowing the mayor to sign that contract.
And I've been trying to find someone new, because there's a few things that frustrate me with Gray Osborne, but overall they do fairly good, just that we have to ride them really close and keep a really close eye on them. But there's nobody else out there that can do everything we need done here, so.
I would move that we approve AB 2334.
A second. And first and second, any other discussion, council?
Yeah, who discovered that they didn't meet all the requirements? You checked it out?
No, Ariel went through it and he'll review it with the city attorney.
Okay, cool, okay. We're good.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Unanimous decision to approve AB 2334, Gray Osborne contract in tab D. Thank you, council, for everything. Next order of business, our department head reports, and we'll start with our city administrator.
Thanks, Your Honor, council. Briefly, as I was joking earlier, we did actually go to the Agency conference. There were just shy of 500 people. I think I might be stealing a little bit of the mayor's number, but they had a record, I want to say 128 first timers.
Yes.
Right.
What kind of changed the dynamic a little bit there, a lot more education for guys and gals, to understand where you're doing that kind of stuff. It was a good conference. The vendors, we picked up a lot of stuff from vendors that I think is valuable places we have. We talked with the funders that we have, and it's funny because we talked to them, they go, Long Beach, yeah, we're giving Long Beach some money, you know, and I said, oh yeah, well, who are you? And I'm David, and oh yeah, well, we work with Ariel. Yeah, oh yeah, we like Ariel. It's like, yeah, I like her. Very good job. So they had some different classes, good classes. I passed one of them on to the sheriff as a thing, but yeah, it was all around a good meeting. Spokane's a long ways away, but over hill. Just so you guys know, there's a fire today. I know Sue really knows. She's kind of pretty close to her
Right.
house.
Well,
Took 2 trucks down there. They had it out in about 10 minutes. It really wasn't too much. It was nice. It was definitely a good response. We had 6 people sitting in the station waiting to go to something else. The lodging tax collections, I've told you there's been an anomaly on that one. I finally got an email back from the company, and they said their tax division is appealing that to the state. They were surprised they actually dispersed the money yet with the appeal going on. I think the state does that because they don't hold your money. It's your money, they'll take it back from you when you don't, you know. So we're still waiting on that appeal. One thing that there's a lot of time to talk to other cities and stuff. And one of the ones, the mayor knows the city manager really well, Granite Falls. I was talking to a council member. They're going through a $30 million sewer plant upgrade, and they have the same discussions on Siskiyou Sharpers as we are. So it was kind of fun to go over that with them. And they are similar to us right now as far as size. They're surrounded by bigger developed areas, and they're feeling a lot of pressure on development. And that's, again, ecology said, you gotta do this upgrade on your sewer system, your sewer plant, period. So they're looking at changing their connection fees, and they're looking to go from, like we are, I want to say they're $1,500, a little more than us. But justifiably, they can go anywhere from 15 to 24,000, and their neighbors are above 15, kind of below 24,000. But that's kind of where they're at, because they're thinking if we do the system development charges higher, then the little old ladies that lived here forever won't be paying on their monthly bills. So it was kind of interesting to hear their perspective on that. And you just run into those kind of things where you get to talk to people. It's really a valuable reason to go. And then Wednesday, off the approach, we did our annual training burn, showing new people how to do it. So you see that on the approach where it's burnt. That was us on purpose. It's a good education. Got to go out and talk to Alex. People stop by and take pictures, and it's a really good one, and it's a good spot. I think a lot of people see it will save us quite a bit. And we did get notice from the Fire District 1 that they want to back out of our agreement for EMS mutual aid. So we'll be working with them. They want to renegotiate, but we'll have to get our EMS council together and try to set a date, because I think the 18th of this month, meeting with Chinook, the Waco, and Long Beach. I think that's it, unless you have any questions for me.
Hey, Kyle said he didn't know what started the fire.
That's what he said, yeah.
So there was no fire extinguisher.
He said there were no sticks, no thing that looked like a firework began. He said, might have been a cigarette butt, he didn't see that either.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we don't really know what the cause of it was.
And there were no loud explosive sounds right before it went off, but I think, I'm not sure that I was the reporting call, because I know I wasn't, because I already heard sirens, so it may have been the person that did it that reported the call, and so they would have picked up anything.
down at the Freedom Market yesterday.
Right.
My minute.
Make sure you remember.
Hey, do you know the owner of the Kia in the parking lot took his vehicle or her vehicle?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I know that I mentioned it in the police department,
Right.
they were gonna talk.
Oh, no, the one over here? Yeah,
Right.
We voted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you did tell?
Yeah, we had two, yeah, we voted her.
Because I know it was like 3 sessions ago, they said 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't do the 2 weeks, and I noticed it again, and we talked to the chief, and they take care of
We
it.
try to work with them, but not really kind of thing.
Right, you gotta just
Yeah.
tell.
So maybe in 90 days, you'll have a chance to buy a Kia.
David, this lodging tax
Yeah.
anomaly, that was, you mentioned something about a lawsuit, and I don't remember what,
No
No,
lawsuit.
an appeal.
There's an
an
appeal.
appeal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what happened is one of the lodging purveyors was audited, and that's what the results came back that they owed us about $300,000.
Oh, okay.
And they're appealing that. They paid the fine, they're the outstanding, but they're appealing that. So I don't know if they'll get that money back. I don't know why they paid in the first place if they weren't owing it.
So this is not a reflection of 5 families staying in one room?
No. No. And honestly, I mean, I looked up the purveyor, they didn't pay that much for the whole year, so again, why it showed in 2015, I can't tell you. And I'm guessing it's for all the years that they were audited maybe, but it just, when it came to us, it shows it as December 2015.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see that much money.
Yeah,
We-
yeah, so hopefully the audit was correct, and that's our money to spend wisely.
Okay, next is our chief of police.
We're just ready for the 4th, that's about it. So we got extra people coming in to help on the beach, the closed area. And we're all working long shifts, so far it's been eventful. Is there any questions?
Next, our Public Works Director.
Good evening again. So the crew's been working really hard getting prepared for the 4th. We've been up the approach. We were able to get the approach reset with gravel all the way down to basically the water line. So it looks really good. They did a really nice job on that. The approach looks good. Let's see. Culbertson Park Playground, that work should commence later this week, so if everything goes to plan. So pretty excited to get that new piece of equipment in there for the playground. We are doing conduit installation between the 2 bull buildings at City Shop. That's in preparation for the concrete work that we're going to do. We want to make sure that we can run power to those 2 buildings in the future. So got to get that in before we do the concrete. So that's taking place. If you haven't been by the train depot, the west side of the roof is on. So city crew has been doing all that work. Basically, that was a full tear off. We had to put new sheathing down, so basically new wood. And then we put a vapor barrier down. There's some pretty cool new product out there these days that I didn't know existed. It's more, rather than the tar paper that you're used to that you just roll out, it's actually, it's pretty cool when you run a nail through it. It actually seals around the nail. So it's pretty neat stuff. Will outlive all of us probably, but that's a 30-year architectural going up. You've seen it.
Great.
It looks really good. So the goal, get to the other side, probably will go into a little bit into next week, but I think probably 5 more days of work and I'll have that out. So looking really good. Let's see. Clear well pump projects in progress. They brought the pumps, found out we needed to add 31 inches to the shafts. So they're back getting those retrofitted, and when Jake gets back off on vacation, that'll probably be done by the end of July. Grading work is taking place up at the water treatment plant, preparation for a full building up there for storage. So that's happening. Fiber got over to the operations building when they went to run fiber from the generator room to the main office area. That piece of conduit was collapsed. So we're going with plan B. We'll get it over there. It's just going to be an aerial connection versus using the conduit. So it was kind of a bummer. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this update. So any questions? That's all I got. Have a great one.
Thank you, Mark. Just bring everyone up to speed. The new code enforcement officer we have is doing really well. Rich is still working with him, but he's really catching on to everything and doing quite well. Rich is happy with him, and David's happy with him too. But David's always happy, so. And at the conference that we just went to, we had a class for cities under 1,000, and we're going to have more classes for cities under 1,000 because last year we had a town that was going to become unincorporated because they couldn't fix their sewer plant and they couldn't qualify for any money. We got them hooked up, they got qualified for money, sewer plant's up and running, and they're still incorporated. They're not unincorporated. So that was a real success story for doing things for cities under 1,000. So we're going to be doing more of that kind of stuff at the conferences. One of the conferences I went to was a interagency agreement and working with tribes. There's a possibility that I'm working on right now that we could tie into a tribe here and actually, when they put in for their money for the road maintenance and stuff, they pull the money off the transportation funding before anybody sees it from the feds. So again, if we tie in with them, we would be in that bucket, and that would alleviate a lot of the issues we're having trying to find money for roads. So I'm working with a gentleman who actually, all he does for a job is work with all tribes in the state. And there's 579 some tribes, so I'm working on that to see if that'll work out.
So which tribe would we put in with since Chinook isn't recognized, right?
No, but at the north end of town, they're recognized up there, and we can talk, it looks like we may be able to tie in with them. So we're pulling that avenue, and the gentleman told me he'd definitely work with us, and he felt he could do some good for us.
Right.
So we'll find out. CEO for AWC, Deanna is in town. They came down on the 2nd. They're going to be here through Thursday for the 4th of July and to be in Long Beach. And then, we've got upcoming union negotiations for both the PD and for the crew, or the city. And then, that's really pretty much it. I sat in on the county commissioners emergency meeting they held, at 3 o'clock. 98 people attended it. They decided not to ban fireworks or anything because of any weather-related issues, because they have the same ordinance that we have now, where the mayor and the chief of police and the fire chief can get together and make an emergency ban for emergency situations or conditions. And that's everything I have. Anything council wants to bring up?
Anything.
I'm good.
Okay.
The band was good. Saturday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that
they were good.
band. Yeah, we're gonna get them back for Razor Clam next year. They played exactly the right wheelhouse.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, with that, I'll adjourn city council.
Recording stopped.
Where-